Hi, this is Neerja from Ayurveda Awareness, and today we are talking about how to do detoxification for ourselves at home in day-to-day things. Now, we have already spoken about why it is critical to detoxify and what can happen at the cellular level when there are toxins being created in the body and how they influence and what can now here we are going to be talking about what can we do regularly to create health and work at preventative level. And so we have seen that toxins can be created through our diet, through our lifestyle, through mind and mental and emotional well-being, how we are in respect to that, and the environment that we are living in. So when we are looking at how to detoxify, again we are going to look at all these four things, and we are going to look at what to do on a daily basis, on weekly basis, monthly and half yearly, all those times. It's like when we do the cleaning at home, for example, we do everyday cleaning, and then we still do spring cleaning, and it's a different kind of things that show up when we are doing spring cleaning that we need to look at. Or another analogy is that when we are looking after our car, we do things that we do regular cleaning kind of things, but then we send our car for half yearly service or service after a certain mileage, and that is another kind of things that we are doing. Same way, we can also look after our body and mind and see what we need to do in terms of diet, in terms of lifestyle, in terms of mind and body and emotions. And we also look at what we need to do on a daily basis, on a weekly, monthly or half yearly basis. So let's first look at what can we do on a daily basis and in terms of our diet. So when we are having our food, one of the things we can take care and try to do is, as much as possible, we include organic food in our diet, because typically the way farming is done nowadays, that there is chemical and pesticide residue that is coming to our table with the food, and that is typically our body doesn't know what to do with that, and it stays on in the body most of the times, because in the ideal scenario, either we are assimilating the food that we are taking in, or it is eliminated by the body. But when situation is not ideal, which is most of the time really practically, then there is some part that is assimilated and some part that is eliminated, and then there is some food which is neither assimilated nor eliminated, because body doesn't know what to do with it. It can't keep in, and it isn't able to throw it out properly as well. So it kind of becomes that semi-digested residue in the body, sticks around and interferes with the normal functioning of the cell, because cells they have their own natural intelligence, and they're not really being dictated. Most of the cells are not being dictated by us what to do. Like we don't tell a liver cell what to do or what not to do, or stomach cell or the intestine cell. We don't know, we don't tell them, we don't tell our nervous system, individual cells what to do, what not to do. There is a natural intelligence that is there, which is taking care of those kind of situations for us. But when we have this chemical residue, and I'm going to use a very loose term, toxin, the Sanskrit term is ama, and when that is being created in the body, it starts to interfere at the cellular level, and then which we don't know, then the cells don't know what to do, or they can't really function at the optimal level, and that is what ultimately starts creating disease in the longer term from Ayurvedic perspective. And that is why Ayurveda talks a lot about preventative health, because when it is being built up, there are plenty of things that we can do regularly to remove those toxins from the body as well. We cannot escape that it is being built, but we can work on that, we make less of it. For example, if without knowing you are creating 10 units, but with some preventative actions, maybe you can start creating 8 units or 7 units or 9 units, which is better than what you were creating before. Or naturally your body is working to remove those things. Maybe it was removing 3 or 4 units of those toxins on a daily basis, but maybe you can add on activities through diet, through lifestyle, through herbs, through treatments that we offer. Maybe instead of 3 or 4 units, you can now remove 5 or 6 units of it, and that will work at the preventative health level. And so let's look at what can you do on a daily basis. As one of the things we said, we are bringing chemical residue to our table through the food that we are taking in. There are chemical pesticides and additives if it is processed food. So maybe we can use less processed food. Maybe we can increase the intake of organic food in our diet, and whatever we can do easily enough, and then slowly change as we get more comfortable with where we are. One thing is which I recommend to my clients is, don't create too much mental emotional toxins if you cannot do to your ideal scenario. Take small steps, take consistent steps, and you will reach there. You may not be able to change the habits of your food, what you are eating or where you are shopping from and what you are bringing home, how much time or how you are cooking. May not be able to do overnight, but maybe in 3 months, 6 months, a year, you would have reached where you wanted to reach. So be consistent, be persistent, and be patient, and be loving to yourself, and just keep doing what you are committing yourself to do. That is a very important thing to do. Do it consistently. So that is about food, that create more organic diet for yourself, reduce processed foods, reduce chemically additives, the food where chemical additives have been there, or the food that, so for example, even canned foods, or the food that has been cooked and frozen for a while, that also somehow starts losing its prana or its energy. So if we can eat fresh foods on a daily basis. So that is something about diet that you can change easily at home. The other things that you can do, for example, in your lifestyle is, one of the things is do meditation daily. Bring some stillness of mind consciously on a daily basis, because there is daily we are encountering things that are stressing us out and that are bringing anger, irritation, frustration, sadness. All these things are changing our psychology, as well as there are chemical changes coming off from there that are also changing our physiology. So bringing us back to that place of stillness and peace from where we can lead our lives, it's really important to have some kind of meditative practice. It really, really helps to bring us to that peaceful place, and where we are stressed or where we are not stressed, and where we are peaceful and anchored in ourselves. Doing that on a regular basis, on a daily basis, is a really important thing to do. Another thing is doing some kind of exercise according to your body type. So we say if you have a Vata body type, you need a different kind of or a style of or amount of exercise. from, say, a Pitta body type or a Kapha body type. So once you understand what's your body type, do some kind of exercise according to your body type, what would work for you, what will nourish you rather than tire you out. That is the purpose of the exercise, that it nourishes and rejuvenates you. So doing exercise according to your body type is another something important to do. And then we can look at what we can do on a weekly basis. So one of the things that, it's not really weekly, but one of the important things that you can do is maybe do some self massage with oil. Oil and heat is a really good combination for your body and for removing stresses of body from the physiology and your mind as well. So about 3 times a week is a good number of times that you can put some warm oil, and we say cold pressed black seed sesame oil is considered to be the best one according to Ayurveda. But as long as at least you are doing some massage with any kind of virgin oil, cold pressed oil, that will really work. If you can access cold pressed black seed sesame oil, wonderful. You can contact us if you want, or wherever you are, try to find that. Or if not, then maybe almond oil, even olive oil may do. You may sometimes smell like a bit like pasta, but that's okay, it will still work for you. So you can use that for your self massage. And another thing that I would really recommend is at least once a week. If you can do more often, do that. Go out in the nature, whatever is closest to you, wherever closest to you, near river, near park, anywhere, near jungle if you can, near waterfall if you can, whatever is easy for you. Go out there in the nature, spend some time alone, doing introspection, looking at where you are, where you want to move forward, and being a witness to your life or a spectator to your life, which gives another perspective from if you are looking the life only from your own perspective. And remember, typically when I'm looking at my life, I'm the hero, all others are extras. But when I am doing that introspection and being a witness or a spectator, then there is another kind of perspective that is available to us. So spending some time in the nature and doing that kind of introspection is really important to give guidance. It is like, I'll give another analogy of the car, that if you are driving a manual car, you do need to go to neutral to change the gear. So similarly, if you go mentally to that neutral place and watch where is your car going, then you have opportunity to change the gear. So that is what we need to do. Do it at least once. If you can do more, if you can do it daily, that's great, but at least do it once a week, and that will really support in mental emotional detoxification as well. And it will you might find some ways of fine tuning the direction of your life, so that starts to give you how to do, where to do, how to live your life. And that's something that you can do on a weekly basis. On a monthly basis, you can do something like purge once a month. Now I'm giving these things as a very generic thing, so I find in my practice most of or majority of the people are pretty okay. But if you have doubts, I would say that go to a practitioner locally or contact us, and then look at the exact things. We do consultations that where we can work with you even if you are not local to us. We can still do via Skype or phone, but then do something regularly. So purge about 3 weeks is ideal, we say, but say once a month practically. Do a purge that will give opportunity for some toxins to come out, which you would have created in the month, or there is some backlog that we have created there, so there is an opportunity to throw them out of the body. There are quite a few things that have been used in many cultures. Actually, in any culture, whoever I have spoken to, they know something. How many of you know about, for example, castor oil that has been used? And I've heard many stories the moment I say the name, that people have used castor oil to do some purge when they were little and they didn't like it, but they do know about it. Anyway, this is again a generic advice, so if you don't know and you want to know, consult someone, talk to someone before you actually do it. But doing, for example, something on a monthly basis, like every 3 weeks to a month, like purge, is a really good advice for removing some of the toxins from the body. And then once you have been doing all these things, there are other things that we can do which are quarterly or half yearly. So quarterly you can do an intense, say 1 week of intense detoxification through diet and lifestyle, and that will help with removing some more toxins. And half yearly you can come and have some panchakarma treatments. Again, they are not something that you can do at home, but we do treatments which Ayurveda says do every change of season, but practically I think every quarter will be too hard for majority of us, what with time and money. But you can go to an Ayurvedic practice where they are offered and do some panchakarma treatments, something like we do here as well, where panchakarma is more like spring cleaning of body and mind. So we do remove a lot of toxins that have stored over a period of year. So spring cleaning is one way of thinking how you would do spring cleaning of home or of shed, that you would be looking at the things and keeping what's needed and throwing away what's needed. Body does that, something similar. Or it is like when you are sending your car for half yearly servicing, there's oil change, and there are a few other things that the guy who does the servicing for you is doing at the shop. So when you are coming to somebody like us or any local place who offers these, we are giving you some diet to follow for, say, for during that time, panchakarma time. We may give you some herbal supplements based on what is required, what is going on. Then we would be doing some treatments every day for few days, typically a minimum a week, but we do longer as well if need be, or if you have time that you can give, but minimum typically a week. And you are on a particular diet, you are taking some herbal supplements, you are following and you're having some treatments, and there will be things that we would recommend for you to do it at home while you are going through the treatments. And that's something that you can do half yearly, and that is a real good mind body spring cleaning. And people have reported that how their relationship with themselves has changed, how the physical body is behaving differently, or how the mind is peaceful and calm and anchored at a different place other than what before. Like, there is a huge difference people talk about in a week that is possible. So that is the kind of thing that you can do only half yearly. Or practically, I would say that there are plenty of people who are doing half yearly, but there are other people who do maybe once a year. But whichever way you do, but do something on a daily basis, do something on a weekly basis, do something on a monthly basis, do something on quarterly, half yearly basis, do something consciously. It's like how you look after your home, it's how you look after your car. It's like if you are working in a business cycle, you know that there are cycles of business. You do go through things regularly, cyclically. So you do do all those things, and really it will work on that the physical, mental, emotional toxins are being removed, and we start feeling more healthy in all those areas, and that starts giving a different experience of life. So these are the things that you can do when we are looking at how to do detoxification. If you have any questions, or you want to come for consultation or anything, feel free to give us a call, book an appointment for yourself. But even if I don't see you, hopefully this has been helpful to you, and my wishes and blessings for your health and well-being. Thank you for listening.